Hello, Just Too Good here, and today I'm bringing back the weekly retro review with a LEGO Studio set that was a huge part of my childhood. This is the Vampire Crypt. You see, back in 2002, LEGO Studios had a sub-theme of horror-themed sets, as if they're making horror movies, and one of the 4 sets was this Vampire Crypt set, which I got for very cheap at like the rag shop, which was an arts and crafts store back in the day. Regardless, this set in particular is $20 with a total of 4 minifigures and 176 pieces. Yes, I just devalued this so much by opening that fresh box. But anyways, I want to build this set to relive some childhood memories. So here's the set all built up, and now let's take a look at our 4 minifigures. This vampire was a really detailed figure for 2002 with a new face print as well as a new torso print exclusive to the set. This hair piece was a piece that was only ever used for the vampire until the year 2006, where it was used until 2008 for some Joker minifigures of the original LEGO Batman line. Then it was later used for Wolverine from 2012, as well as a 2017 reappearance, but it seems to be a defunct piece from LEGO. It is very loose on the minifigure head, which is a problem I had even growing up with this piece. So I kind of wish that was a tighter mold. It seems like maybe the later versions with Wolverine had a tighter mold, but I'm not entirely sure. The design of this does have an alternate face with just a little smiling look. That original face is something that I could probably plop onto the next LEGO violent sets list, where you can see some blood dripping from the mouth there. I love that. The handkerchief seems to have a little bit of blood as well on the corner of the torso. And I really like this cape piece, which is one whole piece. Nowadays, that top part would be a separate piece, but this was a unique cape design that they introduced with this set. No back torso printing, though. The next character is one Bricklink calls the Hunchback. This also had a unique torso and face print that only ever appeared to the set. I could see some Castle fans really liking that torso print. The actual hood right here is one that was used back in the older LEGO Castle sets. Again, no back torso printing, as this is a minifigure from 2002. You do have this backpack though, which you can put some parts at the top there. This guy right here, which gives me some Bruce Campbell vibes, is actually a figure that appears in a couple of other sets from this Monsters line, with the Werewolf set, as well as the Crazy Scientist set. You have the same torso and face from those sets, which were new prints for this Monsters sub-theme. And you can see how there's this alternate face, which mine definitely had a printing error, unfortunately. And again, since this is an older figure, there's no back printing whatsoever. And finally, we have the Audio Technician. This is a minifigure with an exclusive torso, surprisingly enough. That design only appears in this set, but similar to some of the other camera crew and technicians of LEGO Studio sets, except there's actually no back torso printing, unlike those other camera crew minifigures. There's also a face print that appears in a couple of LEGO Studio sets, as well as Life on Mars sets, which is another very nostalgic theme to me. And this also has a build for a boom mic, which I kind of like how clever that build is. That's cool and something relevant to making movies. So for the build of this set, we have 4 separate parts. Unfortunately, these do not connect with any hinge connections or anything like that. But first, let's take a look at the centerpiece. Like some of the other LEGO Studio sets, this uses a cardboard backing for a wall design in the middle here. This is just held with these interesting pillar pieces, which, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we're using some Belleville pieces later on. The design of this also has some designs at the back for the outside, where you can see they have wolf as a dog. Notice the writing there with the U with the 2 dots on top, which is not an English letter. And yeah, it's kind of lame if you ask me. It's just a facade, and they could have really made these built details. I guess they wanted to keep the price at $20 though. There's a bat at the top and spears at the side. This next section is a little bit more interesting. As this is a film set, we see more of those pillars holding up the structure here. Even this piece in the middle, which is cool to get in that old gray. But you'll notice a rubber band at the back here and this little trigger. Basically, by pushing this trigger while you have the coffin in the middle there, it makes the coffin fly out. So let's do that a little bit more smooth. That's kind of fun to play around with. Especially when you have that coffin lid just a little bit loose. Push it this way and it's not as smooth as I hoped, but you kind of make the vampire fly out of the coffin. Oh well. Regardless, this just uses one of those trap door contraption pieces with the base and then this part connected with the pole at the bottom. You can see how this uses a Technic beam for that whole play feature just in the center there. And you also have these two flames left to right. And much like the other sections, there's a bat at the top. And the final of the three sections has this staircase right here, which is connected with hinge bricks there so that you could move this left and right, which is kind of cool. You have a spider at the front there, as well as some 1x6 tiles for the center planks there to make it look a little bit ruined. We have a skull head in that little container there, giving me some Alpha Team vibes, some flames, and then another bat at the top. This bottom section also has a little play feature of its own. It's nothing substantial, but it's great to see this 2x2 exclusive print of the garlic there, which was one we used a lot when I was younger in our little LEGO RPG. But by pushing this up, the play feature reveals a little hidden jewel in there. So yeah, nothing too complex, but at least it's another play feature of the set. And you can see how this section really doesn't have much else going on. And here's the view from the back. The final build is just this little vehicle for the coffin, which uses more 1x6 black tiles. It's not really an extravagant build whatsoever. But yeah, you just rest the coffin on the top there. And for a closer look of that interesting coffin design, this uses the base from the LEGO Egypt sets, you know, Adventures 1998. But the part that's new and exclusive is this front sarcophagus cover, which is specially made to represent the vampire in the set, which is kind of awesome. You have a stud at the front there. Of course, with this base, we do use some sticker pieces, which are a little bit annoying to put on because they're older stickers and they're translucent. Or sorry, clear to be more specific. Regardless, open this up, and there's our vampire. Remove him. You can see there's 8 studs inside. Regardless, that's all I have for the build of this set. Let's take a look at the packaging and then the final verdict. We already got a pretty decent look at the box, though. I like this side design with the vampire play feature there. That's really cool. I mean, these boxes had a nice design overall, if you ask me. At the back, there are some fun alternate builds, whether it be this, I guess, really more fitting crypt design. Like, I think this is a more interesting design probably than the main set itself. I even like this little wagon right here. Advertised on the box is actually this comic right here, which it's kind of cool to see a full color comic. Something they did around Alpha Team at the same time of this set releasing. You can see nice artwork there. And also some advertisements, even some alternate builds right there. And more of the alternate builds at the back. While there was a free LEGO catalog ad in this set, there was also a free LEGO catalog, which we've done a separate video of this way back in the day. Maybe I should do it with my 2023 brain. But it's cool to see some of these classic sets pop up once again with Alpha Team there. Old LEGO Star Wars. Let's go to another random one. Bionicle, which this was the Bionicle that I knew and loved. Like, I got most of these waves of sets, as well as these little ball guys. Oh, this is so classic. Life on Mars, which isn't the best theme looking back, but is pretty darn nostalgic to be as well. I love 2002 LEGO. So overall, this was something that was so nostalgic to me growing up, but I have to say, building it nowadays, it's a little bit lamer than I remember. The builds of this set are very boring for a Vampire's Crypt, something we don't get too often from LEGO, and something that was entirely new for 2002 from LEGO. I mean, since then we've had LEGO Monster Fighters, you kind of got some similar vibes in that Hidden Side Castle set, as well as some LEGO Scooby-Doo, but this just feels like a facade in the middle there, a decent play feature with the coffin trap door contraption. The garlic part is really just cool for the 2x2 garlic print. but just kind of feels random overall. That's in part due to the design of this also capturing some film stage vibes where you have a lot of pillar pieces and stuff like that cardboard piece used perhaps to show that, yeah, this is just the film set. But it still just kind of feels lame for the idea of a vampire's crypt. I do like getting spooky sets, so this was something pretty fresh for 2002, and the minifigures really rule where each one seems to have an exclusive print besides that one actor guy. But still, for $20, this wasn't the best deal of 2002 and could have went harder in this spookiness. I'd rate this one a low 7 out of 10. Dare I say, actually a high 6 out of 10 is probably more fitting. That's it for now. Hope you enjoyed this video and expect one retro review per week. Who knows if it'll land on a Tuesday or if it'll be a Throwback Thursday. But let me know if you grew up with this set as well, and I'll see you later. Peace out.